Has this been set up yet? It has. That is amazing. Now we are producing... How much of this can... Oh. Right. Okay, so they can use... I basically need 3 of these. Two full and one that will occasionally work. Hadn't considered that. But I should have. Alright. So we're going to have to do some rejigging. Some rejigs must be jugged. Actually, let's bring it one more out, in fact. And the reason why I'm going to bring it one further out is so that I've got enough room for a conveyor that is about yay high. Let's go all the way down to the end. And, well, let's bring it out to here, maybe. That'll work. There we go. That's going to be a better option for us. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to shut this down for the time being. We'll use Unity to quick build it. Okay. Or rather, quick deconstruct it. How are we doing for wood? We're still doing alright, actually. Could probably afford to... Well, hopefully we'll... Oh, hang on. Ooh, there we go. We're actually almost all the way through housing. We could probably afford to unpause another one of these. No, we can't. And we're full right now. So either I add more housing, or I expand the housing that we've got. That's right, upgrade the housing that we've got. And I'll be honest, neither one of these options is particularly attractive to me. That will do. Let's unpause all of this. There we are. That will take care of everything we need. In fact, let's go ahead and just Unity build as much of it as we can. And unpause the rest. There we go. Okay. Now that is going to be causing a bit of a backup in the system, sadly, but that's all we can do for now. Howdy, Zombie Sam. How you doing? We're developing a whole set of Tater Crater facilitators. Oh my god, Jack. You're scaring me with how good you are at this. Did you have practice? This doesn't seem like an organic improvement to your... well, alliteration skills. You went from being passable, maybe acceptable at best, to actually scarily good. Aavak is the supreme Tater Crater automator. Oh, God. Ah! How? My lord. Sadly, though, I think it is going to be a case of having to set these up. Right. Yuri, I would like custom export routes to there. Goliath Dark, thank you ever so much for the Prime, buddy. Alright, let's get another 2 of these down. They need to have... what? Dirt and rock as their items there. Now, I'm going to assume that this will work. We'll see, though, I guess. Dark Aavak, Tater Crater Dictator. That one, I'm going to give that one a 7 out of 10, but I'm honest, one of those 7 is out of pity. I mean, you know, it was going in a good way, but compared to the others... This is really filling out now. I'm actually very happy with this. Unpause them. Chunk. And at this point, I'm going to have these broken down. Karen. Nope. Nope. My first pun. Sometimes you've just got to rip that band-aid off early. You're not always going to win your first race. Okay, what's important is that when you lose your first race, you don't let it be the last race. Because losing your last race is awful. Don't let the last race you race be a failure, Dave. You carry such a noble name. Don't let that be your fate. There we go. Dirt is set up. Yuri. This now you also. So who was the Tater Crater hater instigator? I brought this on myself really by praising you, didn't I? That was a mistake. We can't all end on a win. There's just not enough wins for everybody. You see, what you say makes sense. But at the same time, my response would be, then just don't end yet. Yes, Aavak, you did. Yeah, well, fair. If you do not try, you are winning. Oh my lord, no, please. I've had too many girlfriends whose entire psychoses could basically be summed up as that. I can't fail if I don't try. So much to unpack. So much trauma to try and get out of. No. No. If you never try, you fail by default. Can't win the game if you're not playing the game. Now we've all lost the game. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. My bad. That was accidental. I assure you, there was no intent there. I'm sorry I've just lost a bunch of you the game. My bad on that one, guys. Many apologies. Is this a restart of the last play, or have you been on this one for a long time? This is the only one that we've been playing on stream. I'm kind of thinking of having a storage spot for ores right now. And we'll see if this one can empty out into the others, because I would like them to have a big stockpile of it. Because right now we're never going to have a free enough period of time to get this digging done. Damn it, I had a 6-year streak going! Sorry. My bad. I'm a bad Aavak and I feel bad. Right then, trucks, get on yourselves down there, grab all the bits, and continue on. I wonder if we're going to get to the bottom of this by the time that we are actually launching our rockets, which would probably be around the time where we're like sat there thinking, should we keep going? Should we not? I don't know. More fertilizer delivered? How are we going with the fertilizer deliveries? Actually, starting to look up. Well, we've definitely got a decent amount of fertilizer being produced, to be sure. Right. The other one you need to pop that into. Okay, let's expand this out now. I knew that was too good to be true. Much sad. Right, let's speed things up a little bit. Yuri, no available place to dump products. What do you mean, no available place to dump products? Oh. My bad. There you go. I mean, still technically no place to dump products, but eventually. Okay, with that happening... what I would like to see is this empty out into one of these two. You just filled up. Yeah. No, okay, it works. It works exactly as advertised. From now on, we only need one. It just took us this long to get to the point where that worked for us. Oddly, I don't know why, but very well. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to delete all of those. We're going to delete this too. Then we're going to replace them all. Well, Silent Psychopath, thank you ever so much for the second month. Second month, best month. But all months are good when Aavak stream. Oh, that's incredibly kind of you to say. Chat, we need some robes in chat. Bit of a party going on. Do your best attempts at a party emote. I haven't given you one, but I expect you to be able to put one together using milk bottle tops and sellotape. Trainers made a coffee party. Road trainers automatically doomed themselves to the oubliette for 1 million years. It would be 1 million years dungeon, but the oubliette is not as interesting as a dungeon by design, really. The dungeon is full. It's possibly full of mobs and loot drops and eventually a way out if you manage to get the blue key and the gold key and the red key and you manage to also find the correct gloves. And beat a Hydra, which is difficult in and of itself because the Hydra will just keep growing heads every time you chop one off. So you've got to have some sort of other clever blue sky kind of solution to the Hydra problem. My personal go-to is have a clone monster spell handy for that specific situation. So you can cast a clone monster spell on the Hydra. Now you've got an allied Hydra fighting the enemy Hydra, and they're just going to distract themselves forever, eating each other's heads and growing more until eventually, you know, they cause the big crunch of the universe. Too many heads. I'm liking some of the rave emotes. Very nice. The dance emotes too. This is fantastic. I approve greatly. Okay. Well, pops should start increasing again. Oh, it looks like we have finished all of them. Marvelous. Right, okay, last thing we need to do then is this. Tonk all the way out. 1. Oh, wait. That didn't... No. My bad. That does not look right. Let's dial this back and go the other way then. Because we should be able to go up from this direction. And remove that. Quickly. And... Nope. Connected. There we go. And the Unity build, hopefully. Almost. Where is he? Oh, no, there we are. Good build. Okay. Gotcha. All 3 of them now produce... Oh, actually, we're going to need this to be a high... capacity pipe, sadly. I didn't pay attention to that. But each one of these will produce 30 fertilizer. So yeah, we're going to need quite a lot. There we go. Now that should start getting our taters on the move again. The tater crater is saved. Right. What isn't saved though is our coal. So, let's go ahead and get, first and foremost, a whomping great big coal storage. Whomping great big rock storage. A whomping great big dirt storage as well. Coal. Dirt. Oh, actually make that one rock. Dirt. And Unity build all 3. Okay, you're Unity building the correct one. I approve. But this will now link to all 3. Go. Thankfully, we did have a lot of material there, so... Now I can't stop thinking, where does the energy to regrow heads comes from? Probably the same place that the energy for skeletons to move around comes from. I'm glad Aavak asked to fill the chat with robes. It hides the pun I made that Aavak didn't see. Oh, my curiosity is getting the better of me. Yet again, I'm reminded why curiosity killed the cat. I have regrets. Now, oh, that's expensive. But it increases the demand of electricity and water, but yonking great big Unity increase. Okay, so we're basically waiting on a bunch of places to export. Hopefully that will happen eventually. And all of our coal is currently tied up waiting on us getting the rock one set up. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. There's not a lot we can do about it. Just gonna have to wait. But we have got new housing, so I could start upgrading that, I suppose. But again, that's going to require very expensive components. Alright. Where / how are we going to upgrade our... Or, well, actually, you know what? We could do the same thing we did before and design the new concrete production down here and then lift it wholesale. So, okay. Here are the questions then. Do I want to go straight in for the biggest storage I can? Or go for the moderate storage? I'm fairly certain that the biggest storage I'll be able to make now will upgrade into the ultra larger storage. Like, there isn't a bigger footprint than this. Yeah, I've set up water pumps at a lower level. Over here. There. That's being pumped up, and it's pretty much just keeping this farm going, which as a consequence means that there's not water being pulled down there, so these water pumps are getting a bit of a reprieve. Go big, or there won't be enough taters. Oh, we can't risk not having enough taters, that's fair. Right, so then we want... What kind of inputs? Rock. We would want rock inputs first. The next part of the chain would be crusher, which would allow us to turn rock into gravel and gravel into sand. So we would have probably, I'm going to say, 2 of these running. Both of them turning rock into gravel. We'd also have U-shaped conveyors. Craptastic, of course. These are on a higher level. Just to annoy me. That. And like that. Now, at this point, we would want to also allow external sand into the system. So I would have a little input for sand right here. Because sand may come from other places. We would want a U-shaped balancer as a consequence. Well, actually, no. First, we need to know that there is sand available, basically, in the system. So a U-shaped balancer may be about here, and then hook that up like that. I would want to prioritize that into 2 more of these, I would say. How much room did I give? I gave 3. Maybe only 1 is going to be necessary. I wouldn't know. But we're going to go with this. There we are. These 2 are specifically set up to turn gravel into sand, if there is a need for it. Again, off, 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 off. This will prioritize these as the output ports. Now, sand. Let's actually slow that down so I'm not missing what's going on over here. Yuri's still doing good. Yeah, everything is more or less functioning. Right, so that's gravel to sand. This is rock to gravel. Now, in terms of the rotary kiln, it would be wonderful to have a gas-fired rotary kiln, because that takes pressure off the coal. And it also produces cement faster. But It's not really what we're going to be going for there. Now, the mixer can mix gravel or crushed slag. So we're also going to want a route for crushed slag. And again, was the right way around? Yes, I do. 2 of these. Oh, that seems wrong. That's because it is wrong. There we are. And this one. Perfect. Right, these will turn slag into crushed slag. Slag and crushed slag. And ultimately, I don't know if I should have intermediary storages for these or not. But there's a part of me that says I should. That I should have just small ones. So we would have one for sand, one for gravel, and ultimately one for slag. So something like this, maybe. One there, one there, one there. However, I'm going to want these moved forward a bit. So I want them to be separated a little bit more. Go. This one can go. Actually, that one can go in there. This one can go either in there like that. I might as well, I suppose. Realistically, though, it would be a lot more efficient if I just did that, frankly. So let's tidy this up a little bit more. Oh, balls. So this is crushed slag. This is crushed gravel, or rather gravel. And this one is sand. Oh, actually, what we need down here is a little bit of an additional buffer. We want a U-shaped balancer here. About there. And this will accept priority from these, but that can go in there if it's available. Either that, or I say, look, if I'm digging sand up from somewhere, or I've just gotten sand, then I want to get rid of that one first. I think that might make sense. What do you think so far, chat? Hey, little Bobby Tables, thank you very much for the gift sub there. Where is the ferret cam? I mean, I don't have ferret cam at the moment. The ferrets are not in this room with me. Right now, they're chilling out. In about 2 hours, I'm going to be going and getting Midna and Tally their medicine. You will need way more production of aggregates and sand. Really? Let's actually have a look. That's 24 gravel, so 48 gravel. Ah, yeah, I see. Yeah, that's only going to give me 16 sand. Whereas a mixer, tier 2 mixer, oh, mind you, I'd be able to only run 2 tier 2 mixers. You're quite right, though. Quite right. We are going to need a lot more potential to turn that into sand to run. How many mixers do we want? Do we want to just have the current setup with 4 mixers producing? Because I'm not against that idea. This one will need to be set up for limestone. Yeah, sand isn't just for concrete. That's quite right, actually. It's quite right. So yeah, we're going to want a fairly large production of it. Given that then, how about we change this idea up and we'll go for more of a horizontal build. That, I think, is fine. We'll need... Now, here's the question again. Like, right now, we are probably producing more fuel gas than we need. Let's go and have a look. Well, not actually. No, we're not. I keep expecting that to be producing loads, but it really isn't. How would we make more fuel gas? I'm constantly assuming that fuel gas production is going to be huge, but it really is not. Yeah, it's really just the cracking unit that's producing it right now. That's running. This is not... Well, I mean, it is... in a way. There's the fuel gas there. Oh. I'm right up against the capacity of these pipes to take the fuel gas out, so that might also be a contributing factor. So let's upgrade that. That being said as well, we are using fuel gas as a fuel source over here. Okay, so in regards to the rotary kilns, it's a shame that I can't have one kiln that can handle both types, but I guess it does make sense that this one requires a loose delivery of fuel and this one requires a piped delivery of fuel, but this one is the more efficient, significantly so. Do you think we should allow this to use the coal or go for fuel gas? What are your thoughts, chat? I'm concerned that if we go for fuel gas, that is going to be an issue. I don't think we're producing enough fuel gas to make that work. So many beautiful taters making their way down to the tater crater. Time for us to upgrade these though. It's like how long it has taken them to move. This is 1000% me being impatient. I know. I don't care. Problem is, if I go for efficiency, there is a version of this where we simply don't have the means to produce concrete for a while. Because we would have to wait for fuel gas to be delivered. We can't do that. You will have to scale up the refinery eventually, so you will need to use fuel gas. Also, diesel will become a bottlenecking resource, and you will end up splitting diesel back into naphtha. Oh, that's right. That's true. You can do that, can't you? Yeah, You can split diesel back to naphtha. Huh. And then the naphtha into more fuel gas. That is actually quite correct. Because we've been kind of bottlenecked on our diesel for a long time. I keep forgetting that that's even an option. Where's that going? Oh, right, that's going over there. Hmm. We could run it back through a cracking unit occasionally. I would take 24 diesel, 3 steam, and produce 18 naphtha and some sour water. I'm so commonly focused on needing more and more diesel that it's rare that I've ever considered the fact that, yeah, for the most part, our system isn't running because we don't need any more fuel. That's a good point. Perhaps what I could do is add in a splitter down here and another group of... Well, actually, how much sour oil water have we got? We're probably okay for the sour water at the moment. I might be able to add in some cracking units over here. Let's have a think about that. If I did this, and I did this, let's build for 2. I've got enough workers, I believe. And if this was set up to crack diesel back into naphtha and sour water, where's the sour water coming in? Steam. So I would need to branch the steam off about here. I'd like the steam to run underneath. So there and in, and from there and in. Sour water goes in here. There's a sour water pipe. So if I can just run the sour water into that pipe without any issue at all, it's a midpoint on the pipe. You know what? I should just upgrade this pipe altogether. Same with this one. And for that, we would need to go up by 1, which amazingly still... Wow, it's like this was meant to happen, chat. Okay. Diesel is coming down here as a priority source. I don't want that to be what we use. But I need to take the naphtha out. Where's the naphtha going to come from? Naphtha will come from the front. We want that to go back in through here. Now that one's going to be a bit of more of a squirrely run, but it's not something I can't do. The 3 there and then along would probably be fine. Actually, let's go to 3 here and along. Yep. And to about here. And then all the way down to there, I would say. Go down to there and then down again. That naphtha will then run back through the system. That location. I'm actually going to upgrade that pipe too, just to make sure that I can get that naphtha down there. And then we just need the diesel over here. The diesel can come from a splitter, which we will place right there. Like this pipe to come out here, and then all the way down. Then I would like it to empty into that system very quickly. But if there's any additional, I want it to leave through this system. Right, I want that to be built quickly. Let's get that made. This is going to give priority to the actual diesel for the colony and the refueling station. And then that whole pipe can go. And then from there, as soon as that's deconstructed, bring that out to here, and then up along. Can I go any higher? No. But I don't need to go that high. Oh, actually, no. No, we can't. Oh, my lord. Oh, my well. Alright, yeah, we can go this high up. There. Straight down. And from there, straight down. Well, that was a kind of a crazy lucky system that we were able to put together there. With very little extra effort. So let's get those made. Let's get all the piping made if we can. Now, running this system. Can't quite get there. That's fine. Off, off. Unpause it. Oops. Unpause it. Priority. So at this point, the way the fuel is being split, fuel is being sent to refuel the ships as a priority. So low priority, fuel is being sent to the colony. Fuel is being given priority to the colony, but if there is excess fuel available, it is then being sent to the cracking units, which turn it back into naphtha and sour water. The sour water is then going to filter into these. I believe that one of them was running at a kind of a deficit. It was only kicking in some of the time. This is marvelous. May I suggest a 50-50 split of fuel to ships and fuel stations, as ships will become mega important and they drink fuel. Well, I give priority to the fuel to my oil as the highest priority. My lumber is the secondary priority. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should just split it even each way. I can do that, sure. I generally prefer to ensure that the source of the fuel has the highest priority, because if that ever runs out, everything else buggers up. Actually, what I might do instead then, if that is a concern that you have, what I could do in the future when I set up additional docks, because we will, instead of having this split off the priority fuel line to keep fuel being made, I will have a 50-50 split of the low priority output. So for example, high priority, make sure that you can bring more crude oil in, because if the crude oil can't come in, then we can't have fuel. But what's left gets split 50-50 between the fuel stations in the colony and all of my other ships, if that makes sense. I think that would probably be the way to do it. That way, my additional cargo ships have equal priority to my logistics fleet within the colony, but the only thing that will guarantee get the fuel before anything else is offered it will be my my ship bringing crude oil in. I think that has to be the highest priority, because it makes sense that if there is ever a time when I don't have enough for everything, this is the one that I want to make sure I always have. I wonder where I would put this. Honestly, I'm getting that hubris vibe of I don't need these as extra power. Whether that is true or not, I couldn't